Om Shanti. This is the Avyakt Murli of 27th of April, 1983. And the title is Methods to Transform Your Vision and Attitude. Today, Bapdada is looking at the gathering of all the effort makers. All the knowledge is merged in the word effort maker, Purusharthi. The word Purusharthi means Purush, being master, and Rathi, charioteer. Charioteer of what? Master of what? To be a master of matter, that is, the charioteer of the chariot. What would happen if you were to stabilize in the meaning of just this one word? You would easily be able to overcome all weaknesses. The master has all rights over matter and is not subservient to it. The charioteer drives the chariot. He does not move along while being subservient to the chariot. One who has all rights to all the powers of the Almighty Authority Father. That is, he has a right to the inheritance and has all rights over it. All the powers are the Father's property, and every child has a right to that property. Bapdada gives all of you, as your birthright, the fortune of the kingdom of all powers. As soon as you took birth, you were given the sovereignty of all powers, the tilak of the awareness of being one with all rights, and the heart throne for having the form of one absorbed in the Father's love. As soon as you took birth, each of you was given the crown of service for world benefit. So all of you have the birthright of the throne, tilak, crown, and kingdom. Do you not? Can souls who are embodiments of the attainment of these four things be weak? Are you not able to look after these four attainments? Sometimes the tilak is erased. Sometimes you get off the throne, and sometimes, instead of wearing your crown, you carry a burden. You carry a basket of useless, wasteful things. You are called self-sovereigns, but instead of being a sovereign of yourself, you become a subservient subject. Why do you play such games? If you continue with such games, when will the original sanskars of the right to the kingdom become eternal? If you continue with such games, what is going to be your attainment? How can someone who is unable to make his original sanskars eternal claim a right to the kingdom at the beginning? If you have the sanskars of a warrior for a long period of time, that is, if your time is spent in battling, if you are victorious today but are defeated tomorrow, if you attain victory one moment but are defeated at another moment, if you don't have the sanskars of being victorious all the time, then would you be called a warrior or a Brahmin? It is Brahmins who become deities. Warriors will not then go become warriors. There is a difference between the symbol of deities and the symbol of warriors. In the memorial picture, one has a bow and arrow and the other has a flute. The one with the flute became a master flute player, Murlidhar, so that instead of being poisoned by the snake of vices, he removed all the poison and made the snake into a bed. There is such a vast difference between a poisonous snake and a snake that becomes a bed. How was such transformation brought about? With the flute. Only those who bring about such transformation are called victorious Brahmins. So ask yourself, who am I? All of you have revealed your weaknesses with honesty. You will receive marks for that honesty, but Bab Dada was seeing that even now you haven't yet developed the power to transform your own sanskars. Therefore, when will you become world transformers? When will the transformation of your vision and attitude become permanent? You are observers who observe everything with your vision. So why do you allow your vision to become mischievous? Do you look at everything with the divine eye or with gross eyes? When you look with the divine eye, you will constantly only see the divine form. Gross eyes will only see the skin. Whose job is it to look at the skin and to think about the skin? It is the work of angels, of Brahmins, of self-sovereigns who have all rights. So are you Brahmins? Who are you? Should Baba even speak that name? Always see every embodied soul, every woman in the form of a Shakti, a world mother, or a goddess. This is what it means to see with divine vision. She may be a Kumari, a mother, a sister, or an instrument who is your teacher, a server, but who is she? She is a form for Shakti. Even in the relationship between brother and sister, sometimes the attitude and vision can become mischievous. Therefore, always see her in the form of a Shakti, a Shiv Shakti. What would be the condition of someone with devilish intention who comes in front of a Shakti? You know that, do you not? She's not just your teacher, but a Shiv Shakti. She is your spiritual sister. However, even beyond that, see her as a Shiv Shakti. You mothers and sisters should also constantly remain stable in your form of a Shiv Shakti. Don't think, this one is my special brother or my special student. Sisters are Shiv Shaktis and you are Mahavirs. You are those who will burn Lanka, but you first of all have to burn the progeny of Ravan with yourself. What is the specialty of Mahavir that they show? Hanuman. What does he constantly show in his heart? One Ram and no one else. You have seen the picture of this, have you not? So every brother is a Mahavir and every sister is a Shakti. Mahavir belongs to Rama and Shakti belongs to Shiva. While looking at any bodily being, always see the soul in the forehead. Are you going to speak to the soul or to the body? While carrying out any activity, is it the soul or the body that does it? Constantly see the soul in the body at every second. Your vision should fall on the jewel on the forehead. What will happen then? When the soul sees the soul, he will automatically become soul conscious. This is the first lesson, is it not? If you don't make the first lesson of Alpha firm, how would you receive Beta, the kingdom? Simply remain cautious about one thing. Whatever you have to do, you have to perform elevated actions and become elevated. So, become one who has determination in everything. No matter what you have to tolerate or face, you have to perform elevated actions and bring about elevated transformation. Don't use the word effort in a careless way. I am an effort maker. I am moving along. I am doing what I can. I have to do it. This is the language of carelessness. At that moment, stabilize in the meaning of the word effort. Matter cannot deceive its master. All these types of weakness are signs of carelessness. Mahavir holds a mountain in his palm and he flies with it in a second. That is, he makes a mountain as light as water. What are all those trivial matters? Such Mahavirs would be called those who are even afraid of ants. What can I do? This happens even against my wish. Are these the words of a Mahavir? A sensible person wouldn't say, "What can I do? Thieves come." A sensible person wouldn't be deceived repeatedly. It is a careless person who would be deceived repeatedly. If you have the means of safety, but don't use them, what can be said? I know that this shouldn't happen, but it is happening. What kind of sense would you say this is? Be one with determination. I have to bring about transformation. Not tomorrow, but today. Not today, but now. This is called a Mahavir who obeys Rama. Today, it was the day for meeting, but because you children have made effort, Baba has to give you the response of your effort. However, are you going to take these weaknesses back with you? You are not going to take back anything you have already given away, are you? You mustn't allow it to come back to you, even if it comes back to you forcefully. Would you allow an enemy to come? Attention and checking is the double lock. Remembrance and service is the second double lock. All of you have this, do you not? Therefore, constantly have this double lock applied. Apply the lock on both sides. Do you understand? Don't just apply it on one side. You have been offered a lot of hospitality in a physical and subtle way. You have received double hospitality, just as Didi and Dadi and the instrument souls have offered you hospitality from their heart. So in return, all of you should give a guarantee to Didi and Dadi that from now on you will always remain victorious. Don't just say this with your mouth, but say it from your heart. Then we shall see what everyone in this photo is doing after a month. You can hide things from anyone else, but you can't hide anything from the Father. Acha? To those who, with determined thought, constantly make their thinking and their doing equal, to those who constantly see the form of the soul with the divine eye, so that whomsoever they look at, they only see the soul, to those effort-making souls who stabilize in the meaning of the word Bapdada's love, remembrance, and namaste. Blessing. May you be a master world creator who experiences the obstacles of Maya to be like games. When a small child says or does something wrong in front of elders because of being childish or careless, the elders understand that he is an innocent, unknowing, small child, and so they are not affected by it at all. In the same way, when you consider yourselves to be master world creators, you will experience those obstacles of Maya to be child's play. Even when Maya comes to you through any soul as problem, obstacle, or test paper, you will not be afraid of it, but will consider that soul to be free from blame. Slogan: fill yourself with love, power, and godly attraction, and everyone will cooperate. Om Shanti.